Have you ever started a prop firm challenge feeling more ready than you ever have in trading? You've got your strat, you've got your plan, you know exactly what you're going to do, you understand the rules, and everything is clear. You start the challenge and it just becomes a downward spiral from there. Well, that's because these challenges are designed for failure. If you fail, they win. That's just how it works. So understandably, they set up these rules in a way to make it impossible or near on impossible for us to actually succeed. But what if I tell you I've got information that'll help you actually pass these challenges? Not only pass these challenges, but get payouts from these challenges too. In today's video, I'm going to give you 5 hacks and tips that are going to help you actually get funded, get payouts, and make money from these prop firms. And who am I to actually give you this information? Well, I've been trading for well over 7 years. I've been actually using prop firms for over 2 years. I've been funded over 600,000 in prop firms, and I've got multiple payouts with prop firms that have hit my bank, and I was able to actually spend it. So I know how it works. And besides that, here at Blue Edge Financial, we've actually got almost 1,000 of our customers funded with prop firms using our incredible prop farming blueprint and an EA called Titan X. So we have so much data to go on. We see things every day. We communicate with our customers and we are hearing everything they tell us, and we have data, so much data that we can actually give you the information for the things that they don't want you to know, things that'll help you pass challenges. So with that being said, let's go through the process. Now I'm going to give you 5 tips and hacks that are going to help you, like I said. Now the first 4 are hacks, but there are more tips. The final one that I'm going to give you is definitely a hack. So you better make sure you're sticking around for that one, because that is the one that is going to actually get you guys funded and get you guys to payouts. Okay, so the first one, this is the first hack or tip, and that is don't trade prop firm challenges if you are new to trading. If you are not a trader that already has an edge on the market. And how do you know if you have an edge? You have to have some kind of experience. Trade on a small account first. Understand all the terminologies, understand why price moves, how price moves, get an education first, and then trade on a small account or a demo account until you start feeling that you actually have an edge on the market. And then it's at that point you can then start looking for capital, going to prop firms, getting capital, because that's the point, right? That's what prop firms are giving us, capital. But what's the point of trading for capital if you don't even know how to trade? You're just going to be throwing money away. You're going to be gambling. And these are the kind of traders that they want. They want you. They want the traders that are very new to trading, even though they always say we don't want the gambly type traders. That's exactly what they want. They want the traders who are just going to be throwing money in. The idea of getting, $100,000, $200,000, and they think big money. All they think about is money, and it leads them astray. So my biggest tip or hack, number 1, is to make sure you are ready to take these challenges. Get a strategy, trade in a demo, trade in a small account, and get an understanding of how you as a trader reacts to losses, to wins, and everything around that. Because I promise you, when you trade in a prop firm challenge, it's going to be twice as difficult, 10 times as difficult even, because it just feels like you're trading in this arena with so much more added pressure. Because like I said, now you've suddenly got to trade within all of these rules. It's like trading in a confined space where everyone wants you to fail. So you've got to make sure you're ready. All right, then the next hack is to keep it consistent. And what I mean by that is don't necessarily go too slow, but try not to go too fast either. So when it comes to your risk management, I would suggest risking about 2% per day, looking for about a 4% return on that 2%. So that means you're looking for about a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio, where you're going to be risking about 2% to make 4%. And what this means with most prop firms is you would only need 2 winning trades in a row, which is unlikely, because at the end of the day, the quicker you're going through this, the better your chances are of actually getting to a funded account and actually making money. Because remember, your risk is only initially what you put in, which I'm going to be talking about in one of the next tips. So make sure you're always trying to get more back than you're putting in, because statistically, those are the stats that show us that those are the traders that are getting to funded accounts most often and most consistently are the traders that have those kind of risk rewards to them. Now, the next hack or tip is that you need to understand that you are trading simulated funds. You're essentially trading a demo. And this is very important because the prop firms actually use this to their advantage, making you as the trader think that you're trading $100,000, $50,000, $200,000. They like to throw the numbers because they are big numbers, and they like to make you think that you are trading with that amount of money, but that is just not true. And if you lose money on there, they're not losing any money, right? So don't put that pressure on yourself, because all that's doing is making it a lot more stressful to trade. You're putting the pressure on yourself, and when you lose and you start seeing a $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 loss, that starts getting into your psychology, and it starts messing you up, and it makes it very difficult to trade. And this is what they want. They want you to see the big numbers. They want you to trade big numbers, but instead try to think of it that at the end of the day, the only risk you are really putting on the table is the amount you pay for the challenge, right? So let's say for a $100,000 account, you pay on average, I'm paying about $400 now for 100K. That's my risk. That is the most I will ever lose if I fail or lose an account, is $400, right? So if you put it in that in your mind, you can say to yourself, okay, now I'm willing to actually trade 3, 4, 5 times. And if I fail all of those, then maybe I'll reassess. As long as you go back to number one, you have an edge in the market. If you keep playing that edge, you should eventually get to a point where you can pass the prop firm or pass the challenge. So it's just understanding your initial risk is just that amount of the buy-in, okay? And when you're trading on these prop firm accounts, when you're trading with a $100,000 account or a $200,000 account, just remember to keep it in percentages. Only ever look at the percentage, your percentage risked, your percentage gained, your percentage lost. Don't look at the dollar amount. The only time you want to look at the dollar amount is when you've actually passed, you've got a funded account, and you've made your 2%, then look. But try to just keep it in percentages only, okay? That is my third hack or tip. All right, so now let's go on to the fourth hack or the fourth tip. And that is actually leading on from the third, the one we've just talked about. And that is once you're actually funded, take it slow. Don't be too greedy, don't go for massive amounts. Don't look to make 5, 6, 7, 8%. I would say just look to make 1 to 2%, especially if most of the prop firms now will give you the option for a bi-weekly payout, right? Trade your 2 weeks. Have an idea in your mind what your target is. So for me, I look for 2%. And when I hit that 2%, I can hit that 2% on the first day of trading. I will not trade until my payout day, and then I will take that. And vice versa, if I get to the 2 week and I only have $700 in profit, I'm gonna take that. I'm not gonna leave any money on the table, because remember, these are the only times that money actually becomes yours. So never ever leave it on the table. Be very, very passive. Look for 1 to 2% profit. When you hit that, take it. And if you haven't hit it and your day comes around that you can take a payout, just take what's there. And also, one of the things you've got to remember is if you are a very aggressive trader, and let's say 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 payouts in a row, you have fantastic luck, and you're looking for taking an 8, 9, 10% withdrawal, guaranteed these prop firms are going to start going through your trade with a magnifying glass to try and find a reason not to pay you, because they do not want to pay a trader. Technically they should, but I guarantee you they're going to look for reasons not to. So my suggestion is always stay under the radar, and that way you will have longevity with these prop firms. All right, guys, now this leads me on to hack number 5, and this is a legitimate hack. And the hack is hedging or over hedging. You are not allowed to hedge one account on a prop firm against another account on the same prop firm. So let's say I have 2 accounts and I'm trading them against each other. That they do not want, because the risk is on them. But nowhere does it say that you are not allowed hedging your own live account. That means opening up a real account with real money that you are using to hedge whatever's happening on the prop firm. And how does that work? So basically, whatever trades you're taking on the prop firm account, you're taking the equivalent trade. You've got to work out the exact amount percentage wise that you're trading on each. So if you're trading 1% here, you got to make sure it's 1%, and it's going to be different lot sizes, right? So let's say you have a $2,000 account and a live account, using that to hedge it. The idea is that the hedging on its own, you're just looking to make the amount of whatever the challenge costs you, right? So let's say say it costs you $400. So if you end up failing your challenge account, you want to make sure that on the live account, you've made roughly about the $400 or $500 that it costs to buy in. Then you're just withdrawing that, you can pay again. Now, a lot of people ask me like, is it allowed? Can you actually do this? And if you think about it, why not? Because both parties are winning. If you think about it, the prop firm won't care because at the end of the day, you're constantly creating funds to keep buying in, and you're not taking the initial funds that you gave them. That's still theirs. They've kept that. You've generated a new $400 or $500 to just kind of rotate and pay again, and you would keep doing that until you get funded. On the upper level, now the upgrade to that is what we call over hedging, and that is where you're actually looking to make your money back for the prop firm. And so that means if you end up actually failing the challenge, not only will you make back the money for the prop firm buy-in, whatever the challenge cost you, you make that money back, then you would also make about $200-300 depending on what size the accounts are, right? So with that being said, this is something that we have actually been doing in our community with the prop farming blueprint and our EA. So we have our EA, which already has about a 33 to 40% funded rate, and the times that you don't get funded, we are either making your money back, and now we've actually started introducing the over hedging, which is an EA on the side that connects, that does it all automatically for you. So I'm actually currently doing a series on the channel on Blue Edge that is tracking my progress to getting to $5,000 per month using this exact system. And I've already taken 2 challenges. Both the challenges failed, but I ended up making around $700 profit. I made back the challenge fees for both of them, $800. And on top of that, I made another $700 profit. So for failing 2 challenges, I've actually made money. I've made $700. This is a true hack because now you're in a situation where risk is off the table. Remember I said your initial risk is the amount you actually pay for the challenge. Well, now that's off the table because now we have a way to constantly regenerate that risk. So we're constantly getting it back. And now we've taken it one step further that we're actually making profit. So whether you pass and get to a funded account and get the potential to make money or fail, you're making money. So this really is a hack. Now, if you want more information about how this works, number one, watch my series because I go through everything. I will actually leave a description in the thing below. You'll see up above me here, I'm going to actually put a little link to that first video. So make sure you go and have a watch of that. It's really interesting. But if you are interested, make sure you go to www.propfarming.com where we've got a demo video and you can also fill in a form. And if you are ready for this, then our support staff will get in touch with you. You go to www.propfarming.com. Everything will be there, all the information you need. So that's it, guys. I hope this video was valuable. I hope you found value in it. Those 5 tips and hacks are definitely going to help you when it comes to prop firm. I'm going to love you and leave you, and all the best trading your prop firms. Doing these, I guarantee you're going to have a better time with prop firms. Trade safe, and we'll see you in the next video.